Welcome back to Teacher Collective, the podcast that's all about preparing you for your Cambridge exam. I'm Roger Bright.
And I'm Laura Sharp. Today we've got a fantastic vocabulary topic for Speaking Part 1, Friends and Relationships. And just before we start, remember that if you want a fast-track crash course for your B2 or C1 exam, you can get a free trial class with one of our expert teachers. Just click the link in the show notes and fill out the form. Okay, Roger, let's talk friends. My best friend, Chloe, is such a good laugh. You know, she's just really fun to be with.
That's the most important thing, isn't it? My best mate, Mark, is the same, and I know I can always turn to him for advice or help. Basically, he's someone I can rely on no matter what.
Exactly. A good friend always stands up for you in an argument. They defend you even if you're not there.
Totally. And you have to be able to trust them. If I tell Mark a secret, I know that his lips are sealed. In other words, he will never, ever tell anyone else.
That's crucial. It shows he's definitely not a fair-weather friend. You know, the kind of person who is only your friend when things are going well.
Right. Mark and I are lifelong friends. We've known each other since we were kids. But it's strange, my best friend from primary school and I have really drifted apart. We've just slowly lost contact over the years.
That happens. My social life is so busy, I sometimes feel like I'm a professional house guest. I often crash at my friend's house at the weekend. Just sleep there informally, you know?
See, that's your problem. You have too many friends. I have my close few. You and Chloe, for example, are always falling out, but you usually make up. You have these little arguments, but you always become friends again quickly.
It's true. Let's talk romance then. My advice for you, Roger, is to find someone you have a lot in common with. You need to share some similar interests.
I try, but I never feel like I get on like a house on fire with anyone. You know, that feeling when you just develop a brilliant relationship really quickly? I never seem to hit it off with people on dates. We just don't immediately get along.
Maybe you're not on the same wavelength. It's important that you understand each other and have similar ideas. My friends Anna and Tom are perfect. They're thick as thieves, which just means they are incredibly close and loyal to each other.
I know a couple who can't decide if they want to settle down, commit to a serious long-term relationship. They're constantly deciding to break up or end the relationship, and then a week later, they get back together. It's exhausting.
You just need to not lose touch with people. If you have a good date, text them back. Don't just stop having contact. Anyway, let's see how this works in the exam.
Okay, I'll be the examiner first. Laura, what makes a good friend?
Well, for me, the most important thing is that they aren't a fair-weather friend. You need someone who will stand up for you. And of course, you need to be on the same wavelength and have fun. A friend should be a good laugh.
Great answer. Okay, your turn to be the examiner.
All right. Roger, tell us about your best friend.
My best friend is a guy I've known since university, so we're lifelong friends. We just hit it off immediately. He's someone I can always turn to for advice, and I know if I tell him something in confidence, his lips are sealed. He's great.
Oh, that's lovely. And listeners, that is how you can use these fantastic idioms. Now, for the most important part, your homework.
You've got to check out the show notes. We've put the whole vocabulary list there with descriptions. You'll also find the link to our special Quizlet exercise to help you practice and memorize these phrases. And of course, there's a full transcript of today's show. A brilliant tip is to practice these questions with ChatGPT and then ask it for feedback and error correction.
And finally, don't forget that free trial online lesson. If you want to practice with a real expert teacher, click the link in the show notes and send us a request. See you next time.